Hi, welcome to the GROMcast. We are Grommet Games, and we're going to talk about some more topics that are trending. And we're going to start with the Google Cardboard, something that I've tried and Ryan's using right now. So, Ryan, what are your thoughts on the Google Cardboard?
Well, you see, it's not that great of a VR device. It is made out of cardboard.
Yeah, and using your phone's 1080p screen, so you get a total of half of 1080p.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's a really cool concept, and it's a really nice intro VR device, because I just wanted to see what the concept of VR would look like, and I mean, it looks cool. And what it's got on it now, I mean, there's not many apps for it, but for what it does have, it's worth the like $10 or whatever that I paid for it. It's just to look around and to see, like, you can go on Google Street View and you could look at like anywhere in the country. It auto like makes what that like Google car that goes around and does the Street View. It auto like converts that to a format that you could use your cardboard with, which is nice.
Now, on Thanksgiving, I went over to my uncle's house, and he had one. And he was really excited to show me it because he knows I'm into computers and stuff. And he had one. It was like a $40 one, and it wasn't like the Samsung Gear VR or anything, but it was like Google Cardboard, but made a lot nicer. And I can already tell you, it's worth it to get that, because I feel like I would actually want to play with that and actually use it and be like enjoy having it. Because when I used your cardboard, I was kind of like, wow, this isn't fun.
I didn't want to,
because
like,
it had
you
could adjust the lenses and stuff and make it like actually fit. So like if things weren't looking clear, you could make it work. It like actually sat on your head. You didn't have to hold it up. It was a lot more comfortable, and it was the only thing that really limited.
You don't have to hold up the Google Cardboard.
No,
Ryan just throw a strap on his.
It like hurts your nose, because I used it. It like sat on your nose and it hurt, and I didn't. It was uncomfortable. But the one that I don't remember which one he had, but it was actually a lot more usable, and it's something that I was like, I might actually get one of these. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. I've been holding off because I just bought another thing.
I'm not sure if they added it, but I know they're adding Google Cardboard support for iOS YouTube. They have it on Android, but like the 360 videos, you can use Cardboard on Android. I don't know if they added it to iOS yet, which would be nice if they do, because I mean that was one of the reasons I kind of wanted to check it out, because if you could do like 3D YouTube videos, because I know I've seen some that I wanted to check out. Like I know Funhouse did a D&D thing where it's 360 video, and I wanted to just like see what it would be like in a cardboard space.
What are the resolutions on that? Because every time I've seen a video, like a 3D video or anything like that, they're always really low resolution, and it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Because like when
you
you play the
1080,
games,
they're probably about 720.
like, does it appear that way though to you on your face? Because like every time it looked really like artifacty and low resolution, and all the videos did. But if you played a game like there's a Cedar Point ride, it looked pretty. Like it didn't look great, but it looked better than like a video. I mean, obviously it didn't have super good graphics or anything, but I don't know, it felt nicer. But that's just
I don't feel like it looks.
Yeah, every VR camera I've seen is like, or every 3D camera I've seen has like really semi-low resolution. Like I'm looking at a video right now.
Oh, yeah, because that's a huge amount of data to store in 1080p.
That's true. Supposedly, this says it can go to 1080s.
S.
What's S?
I don't know.
I need an adult.
You can go to 4K. You can go to 2160s. 2160s. I'm watching it in 4K. 4K 360.
So, I read recently that Telltale Publishing is porting 7 Days to Die to, I believe it's PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
What doesn't Telltale do, though?
It isn't Telltale Games, it's Telltale Publishing.
Oh, it stands for spherical.
So they're porting 7 Days to Die, that one zombie survival, to PS4 and Xbox One. Have you guys played that?
No.
I looked at it. I've seen some gameplay of it, but I never really got too interested in buying it. It seemed more of like it seemed like a Minecraft clone, sort of like another survival game. I don't know. It looked interesting though.
And they released it with some weird cinematic trailer, but cinematics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a thing. So, speaking of games,
Oh, you know what we can talk about while we're in that vein of like Telltale? King's Quest. We can talk about that for a second.
Yes, we can talk about King's Quest. Dear God,
have you played the new one?
Yeah, actually,
Where did you play that?
I played it at Sage's house.
What did you think of it?
I loved it.
Did you play chapter 1 or chapter 2 or
Both.
chapter 1? I haven't played chapter 2 yet. What did you think of chapter 2?
Chapter 2 is it's so gritty.
It's gritty. All right,
I've
I haven't played I've only played chapter
No,
1.
I'm joking with you. It's
I was like gritty.
No, it's not. It's not dark and gritty like Christopher Nolan's Batman. It's the same kind of spirit as the first one, but you're making harder choices.
All right.
It's a lot harder.
Because I remember I was about to buy it and play it because I know my mom probably wanted to play it too. I was helping my mom through the first chapter, but I was reading some reviews and it didn't get good reviews, so I just decided to put it off for a while. But I enjoyed chapter 1. I thought it held the same.
Chapter 1
held
is
the same
amazing.
charm that the previous King's Quest entries did, and I enjoyed it. And I don't know. I kind of wish it was still in the old like point and click style. I don't necessarily like the that style. Like, oh, it's just QTEs and stuff for all the other stuff.
I don't mind it.
But it's not.
I mean,
it didn't break it for
it
me,
allows for
and I
exploring.
enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was definitely charming, and
the first episode is definitely more really charming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's first impressions, and that's when that's what you get. I wasn't disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And chapter 2 follows suit.
Well, I'll have to get it soon then because I've been thinking about it. It's not that expensive.
Definitely get chapter 2. You got to make a lot harder decisions.
I mean, one thing I am excited sort of to see that Telltale's doing is they're doing a Batman game.
Are they really?
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to do a Batman game.
It's
I don't want a
slated for
Telltale
this
Batman
summer.
game. I don't want one. I just thought about it. I don't want a Telltale Batman game.
There's a lot of Telltale things that nobody wants that they make anyway, like Minecraft. No one wanted Minecraft story mode.
I forgot that
Yeah.
existed.
I never played it. I've seen like the intro and just decided it was a bad game overall.
I didn't have to see the intro to know it didn't need to exist.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a bad game. It's just not in my vein of like games that I've.
And it's gonna have an M rating. Fun.
Yes. But the one Telltale game that I've beaten is Game of Thrones. Although I also have played and I own all of the season 1 of The Walking Dead.
Is the Wolf Among Us
I own
Telltale?
all of the.
Is it a different company?
Yes, The Wolf Among Us is
I've
Telltale.
played through almost all of that, but in the
is
spirit of
probably
me
going
not beating
back-
games, I haven't beat it.
This one's going back very far, but I have all of the Back to the Future ones.
I have
and
those too.
They're
'em.
fun.
I
I'm
played.
pretty sure that was Telltale's first game. Was it not?
I
don't
believe
know about
I don't know if it's their first game, but it was their first like game in that style, I guess. As
Yeah,
far as I know.
and it was interesting.
I played the first episode.
I own the
was a-
second.
It was nice, but Game of Thrones is really good.
Speaking
Yes,
of
Mike?
Telltale, aren't they supposed to be updating their graphics engine finally with
I
Walking
freaking
Dead
hope
3?
so. I mean, Jesus.
And Batman probably.
They
I
better.
think Walking Dead Season 3, they're updating their graphics engine
When
finally.
your games can run on iOS and look almost the same, I think you know you have a problem.
Well, I mean that's always been their art style, and that's how they can pump them out like nothing. Like, do you know how many games and series they have under their belt basically right now?
Way too
They
many.
have quite a lot.
Yeah, like Minecraft, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. They did the Walking Dead Michonne. They have the Wolf
I
Among
thought
Us. They
Telltale
have,
just helped with King's Quest.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't.
that's right.
I thought it was-
They did Tales of Monkey Island. I forgot about
they
that.
Yeah.
also did Tales from the Borderlands. That's an interesting game.
But
never played it.
I thought Telltale just helped with King's Quest. I thought it was mostly the Odd Gentleman.
I haven't played any of King's Quest, so I would not know.
I mean, I know Telltale helped. I don't know if they actually produced it because I'm pretty sure it was just the Odd Gentleman that produced it, or took the producing credit. I know they got some help from Telltale.
Wallace
At
and
least I think they
Gromit's
did.
Grand Adventures. That must have been one hell of a game.
Sierra is the publisher. I don't know
Yeah.
who made it. So
What game?
King's Quest.
King's Quest. Yeah, the Odd
I don't
Gentlemen are the
know.
people who
Yeah,
made it.
I don't know if Telltale
It
had
wasn't
anything to
it
do with
wasn't
that.
Telltale.
Yeah.
They helped, I think, but they
So in
didn't.
retrospect, that might not have been a segue.
Well,
It's a segue
it's a
enough. It's
similar
basically-
game style.
Yeah.
It is basically
No,
the same.
yeah, you're right. I think they did help out a little bit. I feel like they did.
Mm-hmm.
But do we want to talk about games we played this week?
More games we've played this week.
Yes, more.
Like I said,
Like,
I haven't played
me
many
and
games
Ryan-
this week. Oh
Ryan-
yeah, you
Payday
guys
2.
can talk about your Hector's pizza.
Hardcore Henry.
Yes, the Hardcore Henry DLCs, the missions from Jimmy. Let me check what they were called. I think it was Murky Station and
There. All I know is the one that isn't Murky Station, the one that you're about to look up, was really easy.
I think it's Boiling Point and Murky Station.
Boiling Point, easiest payday mission I've ever seen for the money. Like, all you do is you go in there, you shoot up a bunch of stuff. We played it
Yeah,
on very
Boiling
hard
Point.
too. And like, you just go in there, you shoot up a bunch of people. It was interesting how for the first time it's not cops, it's mercenaries that you're fighting.
Yeah, I think that's refreshing just to have not cops.
Well,
But it
I mean,
still says it's a
the-
police assault.
It's the same, it's the same enemy types, it's just a different model, so you're not
Yeah.
mowing down the same models.
I
so
feel
it was
like they're
nice.
actually better at shooting. Because I got downed more times then than I do usually with cops.
Not that I saw, but I mean, it was just we played it on very hard. The whole premise of the mission is you're trying to like scan these bodies. Then you take the data from a hard drive and then you bring
leave.
it back to a boat after you like blow open a wall and shut off some power to get through a fence. I mean, it took a little bit of time, and to be honest, it's the best mission for the money right now. Hoxton Breakout was the best one for the money for a while, but this one takes the least amount of time and you get a lot of money for it. So, I mean,
Hoxton Breakout is still good if you want a lot of money.
and XP.
Yeah.
But if you really don't,
I thought
if you
XP was Watch Dogs.
I mean, longer heists get more XP, but if you can look past the drills, then maybe you can look at this DLC.
Look, if you
I
can
guess.
get past the
Well,
drills,
it's
then
free.
you can play the entire game.
It is a free DLC too. Also, we should add. So I mean, it's nice. Just like the John Wick DLC, that was free, but this one not only adds a character, it adds another map, or 2 maps, which is nice.
I don't understand their habit for adding B-list movies to their roster
John
of
Wick
either
and
characters or
that.
DLC.
Yeah, I thought John Wick was a little out of place. But
Yeah, it was
I think-
weird.
all the other characters were sort of out of place. The only other character I sort of enjoyed was Jacket, but that's just because I like Hotline Miami. He still is out of place.
I don't think he's out of place. I think he fits at least some semi in to the rest of the gang.
Well, I mean, his game wasn't about heisting. It was about like mass murder, I guess. But I don't know. It's the DLC was interesting overall. I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not as hard as the Bomb DLCs, but it is like it is refreshing to have like some new stuff.
yeah. But I mean, I know a game that Mike has been playing recently. You've been playing Dark Souls, right? The original.
Yeah.
The original one.
And speaking of Dark
It's
Souls
archaic now.
3 releases this week.
I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna buy it, so I might
Probably
stream
not
it.
because I'm poor.
I'm poor, but
I'm looking
I
up an
think-
article right now because I remember hearing about it, but I think Bandai Namco was trying to take down streamers who are streaming the game early, even though they've been streaming it for a while now.
yeah, you
But-
could. I remember when the Japanese version released, you could get you could get a Japanese account and download it and buy it and play the Japanese version, which is I
And
think,
wasn't there an English translation already in the game
Yeah.
if you bought it that way?
the only thing
Yeah.
that's in Japanese is the text, I believe. Everything else is in English.
Well, what happened basically? I got the article now. Is that there's an embargo on the game for people who got it early to stop at a certain boss, basically.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, that makes
And-
sense. At least they're being fair.
If people bought it in Japan and have it in America, I don't know that embargo to them I guess still stands, but I don't know. They bought the full games, so but basically they saw the streams of people playing the Japanese version and have started to try and take them down, even though people have already beat the game in like speed runs. I think the quickest speed run's like 90 minutes right now of Dark Souls 3.
Really ridiculously quick.
Yeah, so
I don't know that.
Blunder of the century. Blunder of the century.
That's not
it's
a
worse
different.
than Dark Souls
That's
2.
not a different embargo at all, though. Other than it's not a different embargo compared to like if a game releases in America and people get it like a week or two early and start streaming it. It's still the same because it hasn't released here yet. They don't have any right to really play it.
But I mean, they bought the Japanese version, which is out of embargo in Japan, I assume. And
there's probably no
now they're playing
Japanese embargo on it. There's still an American embargo, most likely.
Well,
so
the only reason there is an American embargo is because they didn't do a worldwide release, so people have the game people have the game, but earlier than Americans should.
Exactly. And
should.
I mean,
well, okay, fine.
Do you know what game that Americans should have? Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball 3. But anyways, Dark Souls.
You mean my favorite game ever? I play that game all the time. I had it imported day one, express shipping, super quick, dude. It got here so fast.
We looked up a streamer playing it that one night, didn't we, Tom?
I was gacking to 3D render
Helena?
women super that
Helena?
night, dude. It was great. And by that I mean I don't care about the game and never
Which
played
one's
it.
your waifu, Tom? Is it Helena?
The one that has
No, his is
stuff.
the like 12-year-old.
Oh yeah, that one. That one's my favorite.
Is it 12-year-old?
No, I don't. I think she's mechanically.
It says
eight
she's
or
18, but she's like 4'8", 100
well,
or like 70 pounds.
The game's art style doesn't do anything to help it with their stupid big eyes and super smooth faces.
The chibiness.
It's not even cheap.
With that,
just...
a detail I saw today in like headlines was that a headline from I think it was like on Kotaku was that the
I read
sand
on Kotaku.
that like the sand doesn't have like any physics in it.
No, I'd imagine it doesn't. They put all their physics into boobs.
But
all the physics went into boobs.
No,
yeah,
but
it's
like
all jiggle physics, man. Mike.
No, but in like the first two games, when you watch them walk on sand, you'd actually see like the sand move. Their feet would like fall.
Well,
into the
now
sand.
with this
And
next
this one,
gen,
it's
all
just
that
a
extra
sand
power went
texture.
into the boobs. All the extra
Exactly.
power went into the
How do you
boobs.
think they got the like they need to render both? That's a lot of CPUs. They need at least like I think how many
CPUs per boob?
How many cores does a PS4 have? How many CPUs?
7,000. I don't know.
CPU cores? I think there's like 6
Probably-
cores or something.
I don't know. I'm
4
not gonna
cores?
try to guess.
8 cores? 90 cores?
100,000 cores.
I
Each
mean,
with
it takes
1.1 megahertz.
It takes all the cores in the machine to run those jiggle physics, Mike. They just had to go next gen. And I mean, speaking of next gen games that Mike has been playing, Street Fighter. Let's do Mike's Street Fighter corner thing of the week. Let's go.
What's your favorite Street?
What do you want me to say about it?
How
It's
do you
a good
fight?
game. Mechanics work well. Game released with a lack of single player content, which doesn't really affect people who like me who like to play online more than
People who are real
do, like-
fans.
Real
Well, not real
gamers.
like I get that people who buy it they kind of expect the single player content, they expect the arcade mode, but
But you said it's coming,
It's
though, right?
not-
So it's not really a huge deal. It's just
arcade
The
mode
huge
might be
deal
coming.
is- Ooh.
it might be
Ooh.
coming. If
Might?
they
They
promise
never really
content, if they promised it, and it's not going to be there. Then they have a problem. Then
I don't think they've actually promised arcade mode yet. They're working on a cinematic story mode that's going to be releasing in June.
oh, so it's going to be a movie.
Last week,
It's going to be like the one in Guilty
No.
Gear, where it's
No,
literally
more
just,
like,
the story mode in Guilty Gear is literally there's no fighting. It's just story.
I'm assuming it's going to be more like Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
I hope
my
it's
favorite.
a or it's like a visual
It
novel.
just comes with a manga.
It's a visual novel.
You get to read it.
No, Tom, it's a visual
Well-
novel.
You
Wait,
read it,
wait.
and then it says stop to fight this person, and then when you finish fighting the person,
go to versus mode. Select.
It guides you to go to like the main menu, goes to single player. Please select this fighter. Please select this outfit.
no. Here's what I think it'll be like. It'll be like you read a certain amount of pages, then it says stop, play
Stop.
story mode. The story mode's just a series of fights, but there's a break in between, so you can read the story that happens in between.
They just ship you a choose your own adventure book where it just tells you this. It just says like a giant stop symbol and tells you what to fight.
In all
that's good.
seriousness, Mike, continue to say your piece about Street
I
Fighter.
Okay,
don't
so,
remember what he was saying.
Well, I do because you guys cut me off.
Well, you're a fucking
But,
bitch anyway.
Let Mike.
No, Capcom released a trailer for the story mode like a month before the game released, I think. And it was just very movie looking, very much like Mortal Kombat and Injustice, and it looked fun.
Injustice, the best fighting game ever made.
And other Street Fighter news is last week the first DLC character released.
Ooh.
Was it Guile?
No, it is Alex,
Oh, okay.
who's
Was
from
Guile
the
released
Street
on
Fighter
day one?
3 series. No, Guile's expected this month actually. It's
Hey,
expected to release this month.
Good.
his
No,
team
but-
goes with everything.
No, I think Capcom did that. A thing that Capcom did that's pretty cool is that they made Alex completely free until they released their their Zenny currency, which is you pay real money to have it. Then you can use that to pay for stuff in there, like costumes and the DLC
I
characters.
thought you were gonna say it's just completely
So-
free until like a certain amount of time, like the Skullgirls model.
Wait, wait. So,
No, so there's no given date yet for the Zenny shop, and they said he's free until that releases. So he
Just-
could be free for like a couple months until they get that shop released, and then all future DLC characters are free until that shop releases also.
You just have them forever once you get it.
I was just gonna say, just for clarification, are they free until then? So you can play them until it comes out, then you have to pay for them?
You can play until then you have to pay for them.
Oh, that's stupid.
That's stupid.
Not
I
really.
thought the way what you were saying is that they're free right
No,
now
they're not
because they don't have the like thing out, so you get them for free.
They're not giving you the DLC characters free of charge
And
forever.
that would be really shitty if you had to pay for them, though. If you couldn't use the Zenny shop to get them, that would be really shitty. But you can still get it for free.
Which even then that gives you more time to get your in-game currency up so that you can buy them for free still.
Yeah, you can
But-
earn your money to buy them with the character that you're gonna buy.
You could actually.
It still seems annoying to me that like you get it for free. Oh wait, we're taking it back. Now you have to pay for it.
Because they have an in-game currency called Fight Money, and it costs 100,000 of that to buy one character. I'm sitting on like 320,000 right now. I can buy 3 characters when they start to come out.
Is it like the arbitrary money Japan points inside of GTA?
Japan points. Yeah, what did they
No,
even use that
it's-
for? I honestly don't know.
It's literally useless. There's
It's
no
job-
I haven't
points?
been on GTA in so long. I'm
Yeah,
so out
job
of the-
points.
I go on every
nothing.
once in a while and walk around and then I leave. That's about what
I
I want
literally
GTA
can't
for.
play it right now. So
Well,
Tom,
Job
you can
points. Yeah.
you can
Go
look
more-
it up. Job points are literally useless. There's no use in the game.
Wow.
wait, the JP, yeah,
Japan points.
they're useless. I've known that since day one that they were useless.
It really only shows that like, oh, this person did a certain amount of missions. Hey.
Because isn't that the amount of isn't it 1 point per job?
Well, actually, they're not useless. They're only useless in the way we did them. They're not useless in seeing like the way that like people like Achievement Hunter use it, like their videos, to where they do like the actual game modes. And if you do like a playlist,
Unlike us,
it will
the scrubs who run
Yes.
around in free mode forever.
exactly. If you use it like in those specific playlists, every time you do a map, you'll get a certain amount of job points, and whoever has the most job points at the end wins. Quote unquote.
So it has more of a competitive aspect.
Yeah, that's sort of why they're there.
See, I've never played anything in a playlist in GTA ever, and
I
I've been
have.
playing the game
Not
for
much.
probably when did it release? Like 3 years ago?
2013, I think, was when
Yeah,
it released.
3 years ago.
Yeah. I mean,
That's September, I think.
Yeah, it's like 2.5.
So yeah,
they're just great to. It's just great to see that you're getting Japan points all the time. That's
I mean,
what
if I ever
think.
want to go to Japan, I got a lot of their points.
Mm-hmm.
So, any other games coming out this week that are big? We covered Dark Souls 3 a little bit already.
No, not really. I mean,
No.
as far as I can see, Dark Souls 3. The next big
It's a big
release
one.
I'm excited for, though, is Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
I don't
The only
even
thing I'm
know
not
about
excited
that
for
game.
is Origin. You have to get it on Origin because it's an EA title.
do you actually have to? Because I mean, can't you get Mirror's Edge on Steam?
Yep, Mirror's Edge is on Steam, but not Catalyst.
Well, it's
They're
like
not
it's like
releasing Catalyst
Battlefront.
on Steam.
No, it's like Battlefront. You have to have.
You can get
Origin.
Battlefront
That's
2
fucking
on.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it came out after, or
It came out
the first one
after
came out before the thing
Origin
first shot
Switch.
came out.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean-
I just hope Origin crashes and burns before then.
I don't know. It's
Mirror's-
not. It's not that bad. Origin is as it's by itself isn't that bad.
No, Origin is not that bad, really.
I mean, they give me free games all the time. I just like log in
Yeah.
every once in a while. They're like, "Here's a free game." I'm like, "All right." I mean, I'm never
Neat.
gonna
They're like,
play it.
excuse us for the shittiness of our content. Here's a free game.
Yeah, well, the only problem with Origin is that it doesn't have all the games that Steam does. Even though Steam's pretty much oversaturated right now with anime games.
Yeah, but
And
it's
the-
also
the
oversaturated
UIs
with a lot of games
The
because
UIs also-
Steam is just
yeah.
a better game client
Well,
in
it's been
general.
around for longer, and people know about it more. And it's basically like people think about when you think about PC gaming, you think about Steam basically, unless you're.
It's just Origin is going to have a harder time planting roots like Steam has had.
It will never get to the place that Steam is at. Just because of the.
No, it won't.
If anything, because of the EA name, and how tarnished. it
Origin's
is.
at least better than Uplay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You play, I've
Uplay
never had any
fucking
problems
sucks.
with it.
Yeah, but New Play's not good. I don't like Uplay.
Nothing
I
is
only
good
like
but Steam.
the only thing I like about Uplay is the fact that whenever I get a certain achievement in a game from Ubisoft, I can buy a new skin or whatever.
My
Yeah, I
Uplay
guess that's
points.
neat. Although I always get kind of pissed off because it's like, well, I want to do that thing, but now I have to spend my points. I don't know if I want something else.
But like the thing about that is you get the points through achievements and then you spend them on DLC, which I think is a great idea, but like
You don't spend them on DLC. It's like proprietary content basically. It's just like, oh, look at this little thing that you can only get through Uplay.
well, I mean,
It's
the
like-
stuff they have it's pretty cool. I think it is.
In Grow Home, I think it was, you could get like an extra skin that gave you the ability. I don't remember which ability it was, the one that you got from them. And then I
Grow
think you
Home
could
as
also
well?
get one of the jetpacks that lets you, or no, I remember you could get the thing that lets you tells you how close you are to a crystal, which was like super useful in finding all of them. I probably would have been flying. I'd probably still be flying.
In
around
Assassin's
that
Creed
stupid-
3, you can get the Ezio outfit
Yeah, I remember
from
that.
Uplay, and actually, as cool as it is, it's just kind of a fun to have thing because you stick out like a sore fucking thumb when you're dressed as Ezio in 1781 America.
I mean, you stick out like a sore thumb no matter what, because you're an edgelord wearing this like weird outfit
Well, yeah.
with the hood,
Wow,
running
that
around
may
like climbing buildings.
Okay, they do have different outfits though. They have
Yeah, I like it.
ones that they have ones that look like slightly
In
reasonable.
3, you couldn't. In I don't know. In 4, could you customize your outfit? Because I know in Unity you could. And then in
I don't think you
probably-
could.
In Black Flag, yeah, you could.
Could you
You
like
could?
could you change like the individual components of it though?
Yeah, that's where they started it. Well,
Okay, yeah.
you could like craft different components of your armor, basically.
I don't know.
The
if you craft
under
them, you
outfit,
just
you-
buy them in Unity. I'm pretty
The
sure.
under outfit, like I mean, there's like the outfit that's above, and then there's like your armor pieces that like go on your outfit, sort of. It was interesting.
Because in Unity you just buy the chest piece and the gauntlets or whatever, and then your pants and whatever hood.
I never bought Unity because of the whole controversy with its
Yeah.
release.
I don't. It's not any more glitchy. I don't know in its current state. I don't remember playing it when it first came out, and how glitchy it was. It wasn't like so glitchy I couldn't play it at least. And it's not like any more glitchy than probably any other open. I don't know, Witcher, not the Witcher, but Assassin's Creed isn't really that open world. But it's not like super glitchy. I've encountered a few glitches like where people's limbs kind of like flip out and stuff, but it's a pretty decent game, I guess. It's not like amazing. It's not great.
What game?
Unity.
I haven't played Unity.
The combat,
so-
I enjoyed the combat for the most part, and
It just seems
what
to
really
be the-
what really sticks out about Assassin's Creed games is how well they do the environments, like how accurately they recreate them, and like how it feels like that time, like you feel like you're in whatever time the game is set in because they just put so much effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the lowest rated of the Assassin's Creed games.
It was because of the controversy when it came out. Because
Well, they
of the
tried
glitchiness.
to start doing them all in. They're like, we're gonna pump one of these out every year, and it
They
backfired
have
on
until
them.
this year. This year's the first year without an Assassin's Creed for a little bit.
Well, if they
Until that movie.
The movie with Michael Fassbender is still coming out, but they are not. According to like sources, they're not releasing one this year. They're releasing one next year, but not this year. They're
I am
taking a
kind
year
of,
break off because Unity was so not well
not Unity,
received.
there was another one that came out. What's
Syndicate.
The next?
Syndicate. Was
Yeah,
Syndicate last year?
from what I heard, Syndicate was worse than Unity, but not because of the glitches or anything, but just because it wasn't as good as a game. It wasn't as good.
You played as two separate characters. I never bought it. I stopped buying Assassin's Creeds after I bought Black Flag, but at like a year or two after it was released.
I've kind of accumulated them. I started with 2, and then I got 3, and
I've played since the
and then I
beginning of
got
this year.
Unity, and then I got 4. And
I started
all
with
have.
2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, Black Flag, and then I stopped because I got tired of the story.
Well,
My only one
they
was
killed
played
Desmond.
Desmond, so no one cares anymore. Spoiler alert: they killed Desmond. No one cares. You can
Am I the
stop
one
caring
who's
about
actu-
the story.
Am I the one who's actually played the first Assassin's Creed here?
I just
No,
told you I played
yeah.
all of them, Mike.
I played.
okay.
I don't.
Well, I played
own
all of them except Syndicate and Unity.
I played the first Assassin's
And, like,
I
the
don't
shitty mobile.
actually own it.
And, like,
I
the
like
shitty-
the
Mike
first
thinking
one.
he's high and mighty, thinking he's all so cool over here.
No, I
Oh,
I just
I'm
wanna-
the only cool, swoot dude, hipster dude over here who's played the first Assassin's Creed. Well, guess what? Get wrecked, boy.
I have.
I'm just gonna go to sleep now.
Better
No,
not.
Mike. Thanks
I
for
actually,
thanks for dating the time of our podcast,
Yeah,
Mike.
at
Like, 'cause you guys keep me
1:34
up at
a.m.
1:30.
1:34. Get it right. You got wrecked again. That's 2 strikes. 5 in
But
your
yeah,
out.
well, I actually have played the first one, and I saw the trailer for the second one when it came out, and I actually was excited because fucking gun, wrist gun, and like that's what got me to actually want to get 2, which I ended up getting, and I enjoyed it because
Who's the
I loved the story that they had for modern day, and then they killed Desmond in 3, and then the modern day story was over, which made me mad because I wanted to see more modern day.
Yeah, I think
That's basically how
basically
I
it's
was.
pretty universally agreed that 2 is the best one.
Well, I liked Brotherhood and Revelations.
I never played
I wouldn't
those ones.
I wouldn't say Revelations is bad.
Yeah, but from what I've read, pretty much everyone agrees that 2 is the best. It's like the pinnacle.
How many
Is it
cities did 2
Pinocchio?
have in it? If I remember correctly, there was like 3, maybe 4.
I don't remember. I don't remember
There's
Florence, Venice, and there's another one I think.
Uncle Mario's city.
And there's that one that came out that there's like that one that's like in between the places.
Then there's the Vatican.
Yeah. There was like a
There's a
lot
lot.
of area.
But then like Brotherhood had Rome, all of
Yeah.
Rome,
Mhm.
which alone is a lot.
Yeah. I'm looking at 2's synopsis right now. You go from Florence to San Giovanni to Forli to Venice, and then the Vatican, which is in Rome. Well, in the middle of Rome. So like that's the biggest like. It's not the biggest space they've ever done, obviously, because I mean, look at 3. 3 had like Philadelphia. It
3
had
had New York, Boston, Frontier,
Philadelphia.
and Homestead.
Did it have Philadelphia? I thought it did. No.
It didn't.
Okay.
Oh, it had
If you're
Lexington
in
and
it-
Concord.
That was one
It
of the
did
few
have-
games I beat. I actually beat 3. That was like one of the.
It did
I
have
beat,
a-
like 5 games, and that's one of them.
Mike was saying something.
It did have Lexington and Concord for a short minute, I think.
Yeah, that's in the Frontier.
Yeah.
So you have the main areas are Frontier, Homestead, New York, Boston. and you can and the shit you do on sea missions.
Yep. I mean,
But really, I don't really count those as main areas.
the a lot of people didn't really like care too much for Assassin's Creed, but then they really liked the sea portion of it, and they kind of like captured a whole new audience with that game.
Yeah,
and that's what led
true.
to 4.
A lot of people like if it's not 2, 4 is their favorite because it's different. Because it's a different game. It's a different audience.
4 had literally so much to it. Like
Christian,
what?
Christian, you do go to Philadelphia in the game.
You do?
Yeah, you
Like,
go there once.
Is it a main
it's
area?
one mission.
I'm talking about main areas.
Anyway, go back to what you were saying.
Oh, and
It still counts,
you're in
you go
London.
there.
Yeah, London too. What?
But Black Flag has probably the biggest one area, and that's
the
entire like.
It's just an
That
ocean.
doesn't count. That doesn't count.
It's a giant fucking ocean.
That's like saying Wind Waker is the biggest Zelda.
Yeah, it is because you don't have to render anything when you're in the middle of the ocean.
Well, what's bigger, Wind Waker or Skyloft?
Skyward Sword, it's so big because you just
I don't
go
know.
through the
Skyloft in Skyward Sword isn't that big compared to Wind Waker.
No, but the whole sky.
You got the ground though too. Wait, if you're counting the entire sky of like whatever, then sure, it's infinite, but you can't travel the whole thing. Like
No, but the traveling distance. How
in
is
Skyward
that,
Sword as compared to Wind Waker? No, it's not even close.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure it would take you way longer to go all the way across the ocean in Wind Waker than it would to travel.
Maybe just because travel speed too. You have to put that into effect.
Well, I don't know.
Because the boat goes slower
Well,
in Wind Waker than the bird.
Fine, sure. Relative to travel speed, Wind Waker is bigger.
Okay. Using the Swift Sail in Wind Waker.
It's not that much faster. The Swift Sail just makes it so you don't have to change wind direction. I don't think it's
that changes speed a lot though.
Not necessarily.
But,
if you're just going in one direction as across the ocean. I'm pretty sure the Skyloft isn't that big. I don't remember Skyloft feeling that big because it was just a couple islands and then you just flew between it was the main area and then
if you go around, if you like go all the way across to like the outer islands, that gets pretty big.
It's not
and
that
expansive.
Big,
I think maybe Skyward Sword might just be dense, as opposed to.
It's actually the exact opposite. It's not dense at all. It's just.
No, it's a very open sky.
The Skyloft wasn't.
Not much to do.
See, in Wind Waker, I had fun sailing around because there was like a bunch of different islands, and they all were. It was paced relatively well, and it was fun. It's just fun to explore the islands and sail the ocean. It had really nice atmosphere. I don't know. You don't have to share that opinion. I know a lot of people don't. My mom doesn't like it because she's like, it's boring to sail. That's all right, fine. That's your opinion. But Skyloft, Skyloft wasn't as fun because it felt more tedious. Like, oh my god, I have to do this.
I think I remember having more fun going through the skies in Skyward Sword rather than sailing through Wind Waker.
It's more of an opinion, but I don't know. There wasn't as much to see in Skyloft. It was just a couple islands and then some rocks.
I mean,
like what was there? There was the Skyloft, the main island, which is basically like the size of like what's the one? I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. The one city in Wind Waker. It's not that much bigger than
Windfall?
A Dragon Roost.
Something
I was gonna say
one
Windfall
of those two. One of their bigger islands. It's about the same size as that, maybe a little bit bigger, but it's about the main island, and then there's the one with the bar on it, and then the one with the little pinwheel game. Not the pinwheel necessarily, but the one that spins. There's some game on there. I don't even remember.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And then what else besides that? There was
a.
Are we naming big islands in Wind Waker?
We're just like in Skyward Sword.
No,
there wasn't that much to see in it. There was like nothing.
There's another mini game in the back that had something to do with like chopping down. I think trees or something. It was like cutting.
I remember that really small thing. And then there was that one area inside the storm cloud, and that was like the whole thing. Besides the places where you go down to the world.
Oh, there are a lot of really tiny islands around also that you can land on and check out.
Yeah, but there's nothing there. They're just little rocks. Like
Well, there's usually
almost
treasure-
every single
There are
island
usually treasure chests in all those.
in Wind Waker had something on it, like a house or something, or a quest item or something. Even if,
Oh,
because
well, yeah.
in Wind Waker they could also put the treasures in the water, so they didn't have to make an island specifically for it.
Basically, all those islands in Skyward Sword had a treasure chest of some sort on it.
Well, yeah, sure, they all had treasure chests. Not all of them.
That's
I don't even think so. I don't even think all of them did. I remember seeing
At least most
Also,
of them.
does
did.
Skyward Sword have random encounters like the in Wind Waker, the octopus or the tornado?
There were these dudes that flew around, but I never had them attack me. I don't think they just kind of flew around and looked like they might do something eventually someday.
I think
And
there's
like, were
groups in
there
this
when you're flying around, are there like enemies that attack you randomly?
Yeah, I think there were some.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There were enemies, but I never remember being attacked by one. I think
You get attacked in the storm cloud.
I don't remember being attacked in the storm cloud either.
Also, in Wind Waker, can you teleport to certain regions?
Yeah, they have a sound thing that you learn eventually that you can teleport to. Like I think there's like 6 or 7 different locations you can go to. One of them which you have to go to because you can't get inside the island any other way than using that teleport.
I mean, Wind Waker might be a little more, I guess, tedious because in the original you had to direct the wind towards where you wanted to go.
It's not that big of a deal. They cut out some of the times.
But I mean, like
the
I
time
didn't.
it takes to do the songs, but it never really bothered me. But that's just me.
No, it
I
didn't.
know
It didn't bother me either. It just, I don't know because I haven't played Skyward Sword, so I can't really form an opinion on which one is bigger or better.
I like Wind Waker better than Skyward Sword's overworld, and I think if you're talking about tedium, the hand holding they had, Fi constantly yelling at you, was more tedious than just anything than any sailing in Wind Waker, at least in my opinion.
I don't think you should be complaining about hand-holding in Skyward Sword when you didn't even open up a map to see where an X mark told you to go in the desert that one.
Okay, but I also
At that one
didn't
part.
want to play. I didn't care about the game at that point. I was kind of over it. I still haven't beat it. I got like one more temple to do.
Oh no, I haven't finished Wind Waker either.
No, I'm
I'm
talking about
on the
Skyward
search-
Sword.
Oh.
Yeah, they streamlined. You're talking about this the Triforce search.
Yeah.
Yeah, they streamlined that in the Wind Waker or the HD version. It's a lot faster now.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Instead of finding the maps that you have to translate, you just find a fucking Triforce shard,
Yeah,
making things like 10 times easier.
yeah, it's a lot. I like Wind Waker. Wind Waker's probably second or third favorite Zelda.
But I mean,
Well,
like,
yeah, arguing best Zelda with you doesn't work because you grew up playing Wind Waker, so you have
I
no
grew up
other
playing
opinion.
Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Four Swords Adventures, Minish Cap, all the DS ones. I think that's probably the ones that I played the most. The only ones I didn't really play were the original two and Link to the Past, and probably and the Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I've played all of them since Ocarina of Time.
I mean, it's pretty good.
All right, do we want to talk about Final Fantasy 15 before we go? I kind of want to. I just kind of want to say that it looks really
I don't really have much to say about
What
it.
is there to say about it? I don't know much
I saw.
about it at all.
I haven't played the demo, but I've seen the demo. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you run around as a little kid with a hammer.
This is really stupid to say, but I actually, when I heard what's his name Noctis's voice, I was like, he actually sounds kind of cool, because he sounds a lot deeper than I imagined him sounding. Because I sounded him be like, but he's like, I don't know. It sounds stupid, but
It's gonna be the best road trip ever.
it probably will, dude, and it'll be a fun game too. Because I don't know, it just looks fun to play. I like giant monsters is one of my favorite things, like in video games, just like huge, like colossal giants. I probably should have played Shadow of the Colossus, but I never had a PS2, so fun. All right, well then we're gonna end on that note. Catch us again next week, probably on Tuesday. Hopefully this won't go up on Thursday. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Bye.